The Alabama 8A spring game is one last chance for us to see the Crimson Tide inside Bryant-Denny Stadium until the fall.
You tell me you missed that, and I'll turn around and go back.
You know what, Julio? Get out of here! We arrived in beautiful, warm Tampa, Florida earlier this afternoon for our national championship game coverage. Auburn's Iron Bowl tune-up went exactly as planned, well, except for one thing. During the traditional pre-game Eagle flight, Nova crashed into the goalpost. As far as the physical part, Jameis is really working these kids in the quarterback drills. It's an honor to be one of 870 media voters who gets to decide which player wins the Heisman Trophy. What's Dabo getting for Christmas next year?
Whatever he wants.
The Bone Frog course here at Talladega has 3 new obstacles. I'd show them to you, but someone's got to hold the microphone. Let's give them a little warm-up for what's going to happen at 7 o'clock tonight. Now, due to FCC regulations, I cannot show you video highlights of the game. Still in progress. I have the next best thing: red and blue Sharpies and some blank paper. First quarter highlights from Bryant-Denny Stadium. Auburn and Alabama exchanged field goals. And if you picked Michigan State, you probably feel the same way. Number 1, Roll Tide.
What are you doing here, Armstrong?
Me?
Yeah. You're in the wrong part of town.
They watch.
They're amazed at what he can do.
They whisper.
He's a pitcher with one arm you've never seen before.
They wonder.
Mowing batters down left and right.
Vestavia Hills High School senior pitcher Josh Stevens was born without a left arm, but no need to feel sorry for him.
Most of the guys call me Nub when I'm pitching, so that's the nickname I've gotten.
He's heard all the jokes and doesn't want any special treatment. Stevens began taking baseball seriously when he was about 10 years old.
I've always been pretty competitive, so I've always wanted to be able to compete against people.
Over the years, he's worked on a pitching motion that fits his style.
Yeah, I hold the glove here, and when I come set, I bring it up a little bit. And then on the delivery, I keep it tucked and follow through, and that's when I bring my hand down and put my hand in the glove, and then I'm ready to field anything hit back at me. So
Josh throws 3 pitches: a curveball, a changeup, and a fastball with a velocity between 84 to 86 miles per hour.
We felt like his best opportunity to play college baseball was on the mound.
Stevens will do just that. He's committed to playing baseball at Huntington College.
Eye-opening that I was able to set my mind to it and was able to accomplish it.
In Vestavia Hills, Kyle Berger, WVTM 13.
I kind of knew right away. I felt a pop.
Nick Norton went for the steal.
His body goes different directions, and he landed kind of funky on it.
Only 15 minutes into UAB's season, the team's leader, Nick Norton's season, was over. For the second time in his career, he tore his right ACL.
2 here, 1 down here, 1 over here, and then a long one for my first one in the middle.
Toughest part was probably right after the game. Every single guy lined up and came and met me in the training room, kind of hugged me.
Nick is on the 12-month road to recovery. 10 weeks after his surgery, the doctor allowed him to step back on the court.
Ever since then, my dad and I have been out here shooting as much as we can.
When he wants me to rebound, I'm never going to say no.
His dad, Randy, is the UAB women's basketball coach.
I bet it's nice to always have a rebounder.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. It makes it easy on myself, so makes it so that I don't have to be out here alone.
I love doing it. It's just an opportunity to spend time with my kids.
Father and son meet every Monday through Wednesday, firing up only set shots.
I'll try to hit just 10 at each spot.
In front of a crowd of 8,500 empty seats.
So hopefully when I get the clear to start jumping and actually moving around, my shot already feels really good and even better than it was.
In Birmingham, Kyle Berger, WVTM 13 News. The Alabama 8A spring game is one last chance for us to see the Crimson Tide inside Bryant-Denny Stadium until the fall. But it's also our first glance at Bama's new offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll. Offense, well, that was the story. More than 600 yards passing first quarter. The freshman from Hawaii, Tua Tagovailoa, finds former Clay Chalkville star T.J. Simmons for the touchdown. Tua wasn't done yet, not even close. This time here, his pass deflects off Xavier Marks' hands and into the hands of Jerry Jeudy for the touchdown. Tagovailoa threw for 313 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he wasn't perfect. This pass here picked off by Terrell Hall. Check out that acrobatic play, jumping, intercepting Tagovailoa, returned 60 yards for the touchdown. but Bama does have a returning starting quarterback, reigning offensive SEC Player of the Year Jalen Hurts. Beautiful bomb to Calvin Ridley ties the game at 24. Hurts 301 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. And it's the Crimson team, well, they're eating steak tonight because they win. J.K. Scott with a field goal at the buzzer. 27-24 is your final. Don Haas has more from Tuscaloosa. Thank you, Don. Alabama had an 8-day crowd of 74,326. That's the most in the SEC so far. Auburn had 46,000 and change in its game 2 weeks ago. And keep in mind, LSU's game was shortened last night due to lightning. Arkansas plays next week. And before the game, last year's permanent captains were honored at the annual Walk of Fame ceremony at the steps of Denny Chimes. Cam Robinson, Jonathan Allen, Reuben Foster, and Eddie Jackson placed their hands and feet in the concrete to take their place in Crimson Tide history. Well, the Auburn baseball team went hog wild on Arkansas on Friday night to the tune of 15 runs in the win. The Tigers' offense wasn't that plentiful on Saturday. Jonah Todd at the plate for Auburn. He'll single home Josh Anthony. Auburn actually led 3-0 in this one, but that lead would not last. Down by 1 run in the 6th inning, Arkansas's Jax Biggers gets the job done. He gives the Hogs a 5-3 lead, and Arkansas wins 7-3. The rubber match is later today at 3 o'clock. The Birmingham Barons back home begin a 5-game homestand against the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Barons pitcher Matt Cooper struck out 8 batters, struck out 8 shrimp in 5 innings. Trouble in the 4th, Jumbo Shrimp with a runner on first. Alex Gunn finds the gap in right center that goes all the way to the wall. John Norwood scores, and the Jumbo Shrimp take a 1-0 lead. And the Barons score 6 runs in the 8th to beat the Shrimp 8-2. A couple softball scores to report. Auburn knocks off South Carolina 2-0. And in a top 15 matchup, Alabama loses to Washington for a second straight night. 3-0 is your final in Tuscaloosa. The IndyCar race at Barber Motorsports Park gets started at 2:30 today. The drivers held their qualifying session around the 17-turn road course yesterday afternoon. And once again, Team Penske ruled the road. Will Power took the pole position, turning the fastest lap at nearly 124 miles per hour. Power's Penske teammates Elio Castroneves and Simon Pagenaud will start in 2nd place and in 3rd place.